Hi, I'm John Messer. I'm the Leadership Development and the Systems Catalyst for Luminex. Today I'd like to give you kind of a part 3 of a series on liminal seasons. And last time we talked about the power of questioning. Today I want to talk about the power of becoming a learning organization as a church. We talked about liminal seasons as being in the new but not yet. It's kind of between the old and the new is still unknown. And so it creates a lot of stress. It's an unknown, a lot of anxiety. It's painful and uncomfortable for people. So the tendency is to go back to what's familiar and what's comfortable. But good leaders will continue to lead people through it so that we reach new normal in a healthier way. One of the things that we have to face as church leaders is that the cultural and the ministry landscape is changing. It has changed. But the reality is that churches and denominations are much better and have a much greater capacity to improve what they already know how to do rather than create new forms and structures when the landscape has changed. Let me say that again. Churches and denominations are much better at doing what they've already done or improving what they've already done rather than creating entirely new structures and processes, new forms of ministry. That's one of the things we need to address in this liminal season. Rather than just slightly modifying what we've done in the past, what can we do that's brand new? How can we address the newness that we see that will be coming with new structures, new processes, new ways of doing ministry? Those are the questions we need to be asking. It's a huge temptation for leaders and churches to work out of the same old toolbox. It's another way of saying it. We have a toolbox that we become familiar with. The problem is those tools are not effective for what's coming. And we need to create new tools. We need to create new ways of doing this. And so leaders can easily fall into the trap of trying to apply the same old fixes to newer problems, and that'll never work. It'll only make it worse. So this is why I strongly recommend, and I really believe, that to make it through a liminal season in a healthy way, churches need to become learning organizations. What do I mean by that? Well, Peter Senge is the one who wrote the 5th discipline, and he says that a learning organization has 5 characteristics or 5 disciplines: personal mastery, mental models, shared vision, team learning, and systems thinking. In applying those disciplines to the church when we're in a liminal season, we'll be much healthier when we get to new normal. We'll grow and develop and flourish rather than getting bound by what was or what has been or the past. Because we'll create new tools. We'll have a new toolbox for a new normal. And all of those changes that are taking place around us won't run over us, and we'll be able to be more effective. So there are a couple ways that you can think about this. Liminal is a new but not yet season. And so in liminal times, when the people who aren't comfortable, customary, and familiar, they're looking for saviors. They're looking for somebody to take them out of that discomfort, to take them out of the anxiety and the unknown. But leaders, the last thing you want to do in a liminal season is take people out of the discomfort or take them out of the anxiety or to suggest that there is unknown. It's just, we know it, we just have to embrace it. Don't do that. Embrace the unknown, embrace the anxiety, embrace the not known, because that gets people to ask questions. It gets them to think. It gets them to talk in ways that they won't talk when they're comfortable and familiar. God uses liminal seasons to bring about change and growth and development in people, and we should be doing the same thing. So what does that mean? Well, we can challenge people to look for solutions to the problems that are actually facing us rather than using what worked 20 years ago in a different situation. One of our mental models that we have to change as leaders is that we're not facing new problems. We're facing a new environment. Let me say that again. We're not facing new problems. We're facing a new environment. And so it's simply not a matter of finding the right tool to apply to a problem. It's not a matter of just coming up with the quick fix or the right fix to deal with that problem. It's a matter of recognizing that we're in an entirely new environment that's going to require an entirely new set of mental models, processes, and ways of doing ministry in order to be effective as the church. And there's the difference. Adaptive change, as Heifetz has written, adaptive change is recognizing a new environment. And that's what we're trying to do in this liminal season. So adaptive work requires learning. There's no doubt about it. We have to learn together. It's not a matter of you can teach them everything they need to know. We need to learn together. The leader needs to come as a fellow learner, as no more knowledgeable or no less knowledgeable than anybody else, but everyone in the room contributes to the learning and the growth and the flourishing together. And so we ask hard questions because we recognize that we're not facing problems, we're facing a new condition, we're facing a new environment, and everybody has something to give about that. And by the way, we all know that the Holy Spirit works better through a group together than through one person alone. So there's another reason to do it. So we ask hard questions of ourselves and of others. In those situations, the leaders induce the questioning. They start the questioning. Put a question on the table and let the group talk about it. And if they're not used to that, let them get used to it. Help them get used to it. Just be silent. Don't offer answers. Don't offer solutions. Just put the question on the table and let people pray and discuss. Another quote that I really like is that it seems clear that established congregations and denominations, once they have moved from the customary and the comfortable, are the place of greatest growth, innovation, and flourishing in the new normal. But that requires that we navigate the painful disorientation of the liminal season well. And leaders, we're responsible to bring the church through this. It's not on us to make all of the solutions apparent. It's not on us to come up with all of the answers. It's not on us to make everybody happy or comfortable. It's on us to embrace the liminal season, to help the church become a learning organization where we learn together from one another and embrace the unknown in order to be more effective in whatever God has for us in the new normal. So as you differentiate between problems and a new condition or a new environment, keep asking the questions, keep embracing the disciplines of a learning organization, pay particular attention to mental models, team learning, and systems thinking. And you'll be on the other side of the liminal season eventually, and you'll be healthier and better and more effective as God intends us to be. God bless you. I'll see you next time.